For me, one of my favorite ways to catch fish during the summer is on a crankbait. You can catch fish shallow on a crankbait, deep on a crankbait, but there is a lot more than just casting it out and winding it back to the boat. And today, in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 unique tips that I have learned myself over the years to help you go out and catch more fish on a crankbait. There we go, nice fish. Look at that big old fat fish right there, guys, on the square bill crankbait. Pretty fish right there, sweet. That was a fun fight. There we go, boys and girls, nice fish. Today's video is brought to you by me. And for this video, I'm going to give one of you fans, subscribers, followers of Bass Fishing Declassified a bag of $50 worth of baits. So all you gotta do to get into this drawing is just leave us a comment of your favorite tip from this video, and then on my next solo video, I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winner and get with you on how I can get your address so I can send you these baits. These baits are gonna be baits that right now I'm ordering and trying behind the scenes. So if you are interested, go ahead and leave a comment on this video, your favorite tip. And also, while you're at it, go ahead and check out our membership options on the YouTube page. We have 2 options right now. And if you have not lately, go to Fish the Moment. Check out our one-on-one virtual lessons. You can meet up with anybody on the team, including myself. Hey, stay tuned. Let's go get into the video. The first thing about catching bass on a crankbait that you do not hear many professional anglers talk about, or even people in your community, but is to understand the type of water that you're fishing and when you want to go throw a crankbait. I love to catch bass on a crankbait. And when I was a young angler, I'm talking guys in my late teens to early 20s, I would just go out and try to force the crankbait bite. There would be days that we would wear them out on the crankbait, catch 20 pounds, catch 20 plus fish, but we really didn't understand all what was going on. Then there were trips we go out and throw the crankbait 2 or 3 days later and not even get but 1 or 2 bites. And we would sit here just always think that, oh, it's just they don't want the crankbait today. But there were factors in place to why they did not want it. You hear us talk about highland reservoirs, lowland reservoirs, rivers, natural lakes, but you need to go even more deeper into that. For example, today I'm fishing a highland reservoir, but it is a flood control lake. Flood control lakes are lakes that are managed to where your communities and towns in the surrounding areas do not get flooded. So these lakes will typically rise and fall depending on the whole system of the river that these feed into. Flood control lakes, when they're rising, there still might be current. They could be still generating water through the dam into these river systems. It is very important to check your flow chart, because even when the lake is rising, if they lock the gates and there is no current, then that can change to where, like today for example, that there was current as the lake's rising. They still have the dams open, there is current, and that's what helped the crankbait bite out today. If you fish a lake that stays level throughout the whole year, you need to make sure and still see what type of lake it is. It could be a lake that's used for energy. There's a lake in central Arkansas, for example, that will stay level from here on, no matter what the rain that we have or no rain. They will use water from another lake to push it through to keep that lake level, but what they're doing is creating energy. And in the summer, typically, it's going to be really, really hot, as it is here in Arkansas, and those dams are generating current, and what that current can do is help you go catch some fish offshore with a crankbait. But the current will not only help the offshore bite, guys. As you know, it will help the shallow cranking bite as well. Some of these fish that live in these lakes that will stay level and will have current throughout a big period of time, they have grown up in this and they know that they can live shallow depending on what part of the lake that they are in. With this, I would always go out and try to force the offshore crankbait. Those times that I did not catch any fish, there might not have been any current fluctuating throughout the lake, which then means that the shad are more suspended, the bass are more suspended, and they're not locked on targets waiting for the current to bring the shad to them on their offshore area. So this was a mistake that I made, and I learned about, hey, know more about your body of water. The next tip I like to share about throwing crankbaits, and definitely in the summertime, is having either new upgraded hooks or have a hook sharpener. This is something that I overlooked myself. I was always like, man, if I lost that crankbait with some upgraded, nicer hooks, I just lost more money. But guys, I'm telling you, having newer and upgraded hooks will get you more fish in the boat. In the summertime, as this water does start getting hotter and your temperatures do rise, the fish's mouths become softer. So having either a upgraded hook or make sure that your hooks are sharp. Get you a hook sharpener, okay? Sharpen them hooks up. Even when you're out there fishing throughout the day, make sure your hooks are sharp. Even for me, guys, if I'm just out here fishing for fun, I might not have the nicer upgraded hooks on it, but guys, believe me, if I'm fishing a small tournament or a big bass tournament, or even guys, I know for a time when I'm filming for you, I need to have these nicer hooks on. So this right here is a little cheaper than this one's, but they are still upgraded, nicer hooks. And guys, once again, if you do not want to go out and buy the hooks, get you a hook sharpener. The last one I want to share with you guys today, which is one that I have done since day one, is having the right crankbait rod. Having the right crankbait rod is very, maybe one of the most important pieces of throwing the crankbait. I remember when I was 16 years old, I got one of the first KVD Quantum crankbait rods. That big old glass crankbait rod, man, has caught more fish than maybe any of my rods. I still have it to this day. But in the last year, guys, I've been throwing the Denali rods. And I just want to share with you that, man, I've caught a lot of fish on these and I'm really impressed. I have two Denalis here. I have the Denali Attack series, which, guys, you've heard me talk about them in a lot of videos. These are some very good quality rods. I do have two Denali Covert Light crankbait rods. These are actually specific crankbait rods. This is my 7.2 medium heavy that I was throwing today on the square bill. I also have a 7.6 medium heavy crankbait rod for them deeper 5 to 6 XDs. Right here on this Attacks, this is a 7.6 medium heavy that I will throw, like as you see, a 5 XD on and some 6 XDs as well. For my bigger plugs, I have a Denali Attacks. It's a 7.11, and it's also not just throwing my big crankbaits, it's throwing my glide bait right now as well. The crankbait, and definitely when you're fishing them 5 and 6 XDs, it's a lot different fight than when you're like, let's say, flipping bushes. When you're flipping bushes, you're setting the hook, you're horsing them dudes in the boat, and then when you get your bite on this, it's a lot different. You're over here fighting them, you're playing with them. They might be way out there jumping, and you're trying to, get your rod tip down. You're over here, kind of panicking because you don't want them to throw this out. But man, the importance of the rod and having the rod will put you more fish in the boat. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Let me know what tip you like and thought was unique. Remember to leave a comment. I'm going to pick one of you guys out and I'll announce the winner in my next solo video.